This is ICR 105.7 FM and you're listening to Desi Tashan with Vineet.
Hello people, today I have with me the man behind popular remixes like Pyar Zindagi Hai and Bin Tere Sanam, man who has defined the meaning of remix music in the mainstream Bollywood and also being the most successful remix producer of India, DJ Suketu. Hello Suketu, welcome to Desi Tashan on Ipswich 105.7 FM. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Vineet. Thank you very much for having me on the show right now. Thank you.
You're most welcome and pleasure is all ours, DJ. First of all, I want to thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule to talk to us. Thanks a lot.
Not at all, yeah, anytime. It's always good to reach out to the people and, talk to them about music and the good work that they're doing. And you guys are doing a fantastic job promoting Bollywood and Indian music, so it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Now, I know you've been to UK several times. Have you heard of Ipswich or you've been to Ipswich before?
Yeah, actually my godparents have a house in Ipswich and they stay 6 months of their of the year over there. So I have been there before and I probably will be there back again soon, probably next year or something.
Wow, well, I have to tell you, when you come over to Ipswich, you have to visit us in the studio and play some tunes here, okay?
Absolutely, it'll be a pleasure.
Okay, wonderful. Well, let's get started. So tell us, how did Suketu become DJ Suketu?
Well, it happened about 14 to 15 years ago. I was doing a few college parties once I got into my junior college, in Mumbai, and I started doing college parties and talent parades and everything like that. And one thing led to another. By the time I finished my bachelor's in commerce, I was full time into it. So I thought that I can study side by side, but even pursue this as a career. And by the time I was about 26, 27, I was pretty much fully into it, and competitions happened. I won the DMC in India, after which I got a contract with Times Music for remixes, for 3 remix albums. And then Pyar Zindagi Hai, Bin Tere Sanam, Kya Khoob Lagti Ho and Aaj Aane Jahan happened, and the rest of it I guess people have heard here and there, and that's how Suketu became a DJ Suketu. That's
a great achievement. We're really proud of you. I know you're quite busy these days, so what are the current projects you are working on and what is your day-to-day schedule look like?
Weekends I would say about Thursday, Friday, Saturdays is normally traveling or busy at some gig or the other somewhere in India or around in Middle East, Asia or Far East. And Mondays to Thursdays normally it's in the studio. I normally reach studio by about 10 and I'm there till I have work. I mean sometimes it's I'm done early and I just get back home and take a day off. Otherwise I'm normally here till about 7:38 at least. But as of now, I just finished Golmaal, the remix for Golmaal 3 and No Problem. And I'm just starting work on another film remix called Toonpur Ka Superhero, which is starring Ajay Devgan and Kajol and Anu Malik on the music. And next year I'm going to be starting with the remix for Race 2, which is again the music is done by Preetham and it's going to be one of the biggest films coming out. Over and above that, my album is due out in February 2011, so just putting on the finishing touches for that.
Oh, that must be quite hectic, I know. And you do have a lot on your plate. But as they say, you give 200% when your hobby becomes your profession, and I guess you are one of them.
That's true. But I feel that I've never even taken this as any sort of work. It's always just been fun. I mean, sometimes there's no work happening, but I'm still at the studio, and then one thing leads to another, and I'm sitting with my engineers, and we're either making an original track or doing some experimentation. So it never feels like you're working. It's always like the fun of it. That's why you're there to do it.
That's true. So your first big remix, I know, Pyar Zindagi Hai, and I simply love that tune. Now, how did you choose that song? I mean, did anyone suggest you that song? I mean, how did that happen?
Well, Pyar Zindagi Hai was always one of my favorite tracks from Muqaddar Ka Sikandar, and I love the movie itself. So in fact, in most of my albums, not most, I would say all of my remix albums which I've done, nobody ever suggests me a song. I normally make the playlist and the track list myself and get it on. So Pyar Zindagi Hai was my selection, and it was one of the first tracks I wanted to do because I had always planned to remix it in a particular way. So when I got the contract, I first blocked off the song and told the music company that this song I'm going to be doing, so don't let any of your other artists or DJs do it. So yeah, that's how I was there, and I'd already heard this song and I loved it. So
Everyone loves that song, and you did a full justice to the song. Very, very well done.
Thank you.
Right, so out of so many beautiful remixes you've done, which one is your favorite?
My favorites, in order of preference, if I tell you, it's Pyar Zindagi Hai, Wo Lamhe, and Kya Khoob Lagti Ho.
Yes. Now you talked about Wo Lamhe, the official remix of Wo Lamhe, and I love that track. Was very different type of electronic music that you brought in, and you also appeared on that video along with Imran Hashmi. When I like him, he's so cool. Yeah. So did he give you any tips? You know what I mean? I mean, he's so popular for his amazing quality, isn't he?
No. I normally just try to keep myself away from these sorts of tips. I like to do it for the music, and that's about it. The rest of the tips can, just wait up.
No, I'm just only joking.
It was fun shooting the video with all of them, with Shamita, Udita, and Imran. It was good fun. I mean, I knew them beforehand also, as before they were actors and everything. So it was good fun to shoot with them, get together with them, and do something new.
I know, I love him. He's so cool. But just tell him not to come to Ipswich, yeah, because he will surely be crowded by his female fans here. Right.
Will do.
Okay. Well, can you share with us any of the incidents that you can never forget? They keep having those female fans doing all those nasty stuff. Has that ever happened with you?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that any issue happened with anything like that, but I think one incident during my performance, which I can pretty distinctly remember, was that I was playing for a gig at a club, and it was a sort of it wasn't in one of the tier 1 cities of India. It was in Aurangabad, and they had actually just recreated a club atmosphere for it. And I think the person who had done the production had left off the connection to my CD players at a point where the person who was doing the video shoots and the still photographs was walking around on stage, and he tripped over, and the CD players suddenly stopped, and we didn't know, and the party was full on with like about 2,000 people out over there. And I just had my microphone with me, and I just started announcing and talking on the mic and everything, and the people were getting excited about it. And then the people came, they switched on the players, and then I was on again. So it was a pretty fantastic experience for me to keep the crowd's interest there, even while the music was off.
That's what it is all about. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. You should know how to deal with the situation. I think you dealt it very, very well. So how is Suketu the man when he's just Suketu and not DJ Suketu?
Well, I like to spend a lot of time with my family. I like to spend a lot of time with my wife. So that's the thing. And I like watching movies a lot. So that's another thing which I indulge in a lot.
Thanks a lot, Suketu. Now I'm gonna have a little more fun here, and we're gonna play a Desi game. Okay. Now I want you to choose one of the following questions. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yep.
Brilliant. I want you to choose out of the following a thoda Desi question ya pura Desi question.
Pura Desi question.
Brilliant. Okay, so here is the pura Desi question for you. It's not a question, but I want you to think about this scenario, okay? Right. So just imagine you are in a world on your own. You are on an island, and you know that the world is going to an end. The human race is already ended, and you are in the jungle, no one around. Suddenly, from a far distance, you see a big object, okay? Well, it looks like a couple of wheels lying on a big table. When you go nearer, you are scared, but you're excited as well. When you reach to the object and realize it's a DJ console. And there is a note on the desk that says, DJ Suketu, this is the world's best console and will play the best of the best music for 1 hour from now. And the clock starts ticking. You with me so far?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then suddenly you hear a scream of a girl. You're trying to find out what's going on. Then behind the bushes, you see this beautiful girl with her arms wide open and a slip in her hands. You go close to her, take that slip and start reading, and that slip says, DJ Suketu, I am the last girl on this planet and we have only 1 hour to reinvent the world. So what would you do? Would you play on that DJ console that is supposed to be the world's best console, or would you go to that girl and reinvent the world?
I am known actually for my multitasking. My wife always told me I'm really good at it. So I'd probably pull her to the console and play music, because I think the music will get us going and excited enough to create a new world.
Excellent. I never expected that. Well done. Right. That was fun. Did you enjoy that?
Absolutely, it was really good. I mean, something very different from what I'm normally asked, so that's good.
See, that's what Desi Tashan is all about.
Right.
Right. Suketu, we do have a lot of Asian population in Ipswich. Now, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to be a successful DJ like you?
Well, I think that if you have the rhythm in you and you actually like the profession for what it is instead of what goes along with it, and if you're true to the music, I think you can go ahead and make and do whatever you want. I know a lot of people who come into this to just become popular overnight or to get the fame and make fast money and get out of it or something like that. And those people's lifespan in the industry has been always very small. But if you look at the veterans and look at the legends in India itself in DJing who have stayed back all the way, you might be Hussain, Akbar, Sami, Akhtar, Amit, Akil, anybody. They all are there because they love the music and they actually are there in the profession because of the love of the profession and music itself. So for any musician or any DJ or any aspiring artist, if you like what you're doing, you're going to be there to stay. But if you're just doing it because you think it's going to be a quick thing to get out and get quick fame, it's not going to treat you too well.
Yeah, true. Well, thank you very much for your valuable advice. And also, just before we go, what song can I play for you today, Suketu?
Well, you can play my favorite song, my favorite remix, Pyar Zindagi Hai, for me and for everybody listening tonight.
I shall do that. Well, DJ Suketu, thank you ever so much for giving us your valuable time, and you've been wonderful. And from everyone here in Ipswich, we wish you all the very best.
Thank you very, very much. And it's really appreciated. It was a pleasure being on the show, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is ICR 105.7 FM, and you're listening to Desi Tashan with Vineet.